Busy ass day.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to another pop-up podcast with the Technically Unsound group. We're here to have a good time, forget about our worries, and yeah, right. We're just gonna bitch a lot and try to have some fun.
You sound like you've had a hard day.
How come? Why do I hear an echo again?
Echo.
I didn't change anything.
Ooh. I wonder if Echo's still writing.
Hold on. Yeah, so I mean, we are plagued with technical difficulties.
At work or just on your set?
Us,
no,
genius.
At work too. For real, it I don't know. It bled over to work. See, all this started on Friday when I got called back into work after I got home. And ever since then, everything's been a shit show. So, yeah. And then, today was a little more productive, though, because we actually fixed some shit today, which is good. Unlike yesterday, where everything was just in disarray and it was a bunch of bullshit. But, no, I legit, yesterday and today, come home, try to do stuff in here real quick and make sure everything's good. Fucking make dinner, eat dinner, try to do prep for the podcast for Thursday. Yeah, it's been nonstop. I have zero time to do anything else. And today time flew. So that's why I was I haven't had any time. And yeah, it was a busy day. But productive nonetheless, I guess, because we did fix a bunch of shit. So it's good.
Word.
It's good.
Yeah. It's better than not having done anything, right?
I really haven't had any technical issues today. I mean, I bought some tech stuff. I got my little frigid air in.
Did you find a spot to fit it?
Yeah. Right motherfucking here.
So on the floor next to you.
Yeah.
That thing looks like a lunchbox.
It's only to hold a 6-pack, but
yeah.
It's not. I mean, I do go through a lot of drinks on the show, but it's mainly to keep my drinks cold here. It's definitely not going to hold anything bigger, like any of my 1.5 liter bottles or anything like that.
Yeah.
But for the price that I got it for, off of a content creators promo codes, either I think through TikTok or Instagram, I got it for I think $20.
What?
TikTok.
I thought he
TikTok.
said 6 cocks. I was like,
no.
I thought he said
TikTok's
China
creator.
What the hell?
It was either his TikTok creators feed or an Instagram creator feed. But the guy's like, "Hey, here's my top Amazon deals for the day," and I was like, "You know what? I always save these," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get through it later. It's probably gonna be bullshit." But I was like, "You know what? Let me actually see if this stuff works." And of course, I get halfway through it. I'm like, "Oh, this is all bullshit." And then I read further into it. He advertises that these are free promos, and they are free promos for the first 25 people to use it, or the first 30 people, or first 50 people.
Wait, so you're
then
saying
after that it's greatly discounted.
You're saying that the item would have been free?
Yes.
Oh.
If I was one of the first, I think with this, it was one of the first 30 people to use it, I would have got it for free. Oh. But I didn't, so I got it for $19.99.
Yeah. I mean, that's
$20 ain't bad though.
That's not bad for a little fridge.
Here's the fucked up part that I realized, and I realized this today again. I am comparing what I buy based on how much an average meal to Uber Eats or just go out and grab something to eat, like a standard bite to eat. Going to McDonald's, that's $17 for a Big Mac Happy Meal. That's
what the fuck is a Big Mac Happy Meal?
It's a Big Mac fry and drink.
It's called a Big
I didn't know that was real. Yeah, I was like,
oh, what did I just call it?
You said a
Happy Meal?
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay, so for a while they had adult Happy Meals. I don't know if they had adult Happy Meals. And they were literally, you could get a Big Mac or a quarter pounder, but it was in a box, like a Happy Meal. They stopped doing it, but it's a regular Big Mac meal. But if it's $17, $18 for that, I'm like, well, I can afford $20 for this refrigerator. That refrigerator is going to last a lot more than this meal is going to cost. So I find myself judging the things that I buy on, hey, this is simply a meal out to eat, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been kind of doing the same thing as far as like judging things on, you know what it is? My monitoring sounds super loud. That's what's getting me. Cause like
So you're hearing yourself.
hearing myself, but it's really loud and I don't know why. But yeah, so I mean, basically, I've been doing kind of the same thing where it just seems like everything I compare to is like, well, if I went and got a meal somewhere, this would have costed less than that, so it's not really a big deal.
Exactly. That's pretty much what it is. Like, mom doesn't want to cook. I don't want to cook. Okay, she's gonna need to eat something. All right, if I go here and get her fish sandwich and whatever, and I
Yeah.
get myself something, that's gonna be $30. Okay, well, all right. I can afford this $19.99 Peacock promo for the year. It's $19.99. That is literally one meal out to eat to get my mom and myself food. So I bought it. I pulled the trigger on it. $19.99 for a year of Peacock.
I mean, I guess that's one way.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I was like, this is literally the cost of one meal.
Yeah.
I mean, especially out here, shit is like I said, a number one, a Big Mac meal at McDonald's, when it's coming up to $18 for the same thing I used to be able to get. Oh my God, I sound old as fuck right now.
You just realized that?
Back in my day, a Big Mac meal was less than $10. You had enough to get a what the hell was it? Frosty? Not a Frosty. The snow cone or an ice cream.
That's a
cone or
whole
whatever.
different freaking company. Frosty, freaking Wendy's.
No, well, McDonald's always had a milkshake, but their machines were already broken. But the other, a cone. You know, you could buy a Big Mac meal and a supersized Big Mac meal with an apple pie and a snow cone for about $10. Back when I was working at McDonald's. Now you ain't getting shit. Then you add on the taxes and fees and everything else with it. It's outlandish.
Yeah.
It's outlandish, I tell you.
So outlandish. I can't believe it.
Oh, damn it.
Who
my
does
drinks
that?
are so far away. Now, how do I magically get my drinks from over there to over here? And they're like 4 feet away.
Oh, you know what else I did? I know what else I did. Hold on.
Look, can you hear us, E?
I hear you.
Why?
Okay. Before you make a change, think about this. Is
Yeah.
whatever
No,
you
it's just where my headphones are plugged in. It's not a big deal.
what famous last words. Famous. I'm calling it.
Shut up.
I'm
We
calling
could
it.
hear that. That was clear.
Oh fuck, you were right.
My mom's watching.
Is he talking? I can't hear him.
I wasn't looking at him, but I know my mom's talking about you and these snow cones.
What?
E, are
My
you
mom's
talking?
watching
We
the
can't
show.
hear you.
And talking
Fuck
about you
off.
and these snow cones.
I know you heard that.
That was clear.
Oh. Look, no joke about the snow cones. I do want to get an adult snow cone maker, like the Snoopy one. We talked about this before.
There's money in that.
Hell yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
just figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and break out my first beverage for the evening.
While we're doing what?
Well, while you're doing whatever it is you're doing.
I just said I figured it out, you fucking weirdo.
Okay, I'm still saying while you're doing whatever you're doing, I'm going to break out my beverage for
Here's what
my
I'm
first
doing.
one.
I need to wake up.
You guys, you going to do a little bumpy bump?
some of the salts.
Smell
Sauce.
salts.
Salt.
Oh, that
You got to do a
ass.
say like Rick Ross, the smelling salt.
Smelling salts.
No, that's what you get. Fuck around and find out. That's what you
I
get.
forgot that these are still kind of strong. I used to have to really like take a big whiff of those.
So guess what I found?
Oh, you got the Palomas. Nice.
I don't know if it's the same brand that you had.
Yeah,
but...
it's the same one.
Okay.
It's good.
All right, what should I expect? Because it doesn't really tell me what like
It's
flavors.
it's very light. It doesn't taste like hard alcohol. and it's not super sweet.
All right.
It's more along the Sprite lines with a little twist.
With a little twist.
Oh yeah. I taste it. It's right there. See, it already kicked it in. This is why I get the flashbacks to Mexico. And yes, a lot of people are going to tell you probably can't taste alcohol. It's bullshit. I can taste tequila. When I taste tequila, especially Jose Cuervo, I know it's tequila.
The tequila undertones are there, but it's not like you get a big old fucking mouthful of straight alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
I did. But I took a whole mouthful of beverage.
Oh my god.
No, but I took a whole mouthful of beverage. It's that good.
That good, huh? Twisted Tea Rocket Pop. Yeah.
Oh,
it's a Twisted. So I had the Voodoo Ranger version of this, and it was damn good. And I kept saying I couldn't find it because every time I order it, we order our groceries from fucking Safeway and Walmart. We kind of do a combination of both and get them delivered. So I always order the pack that has this from Safeway. Motherfuckers never send it to me. They always send me just a straight fucking variety pack that doesn't have this in it. I'm like, listen, you stupid fucks. So my daughter's boyfriend finally brought some over so I could actually try the twisted kind.
How have I not had this before?
You like it?
Yes. You know what?
Yes.
Damn, he really likes it.
Right. I'm like, all right.
He's getting flashbacks and shit.
I mean, anytime I drink tequila, I get flashbacks.
Yeah. I remember when
the only time I remember any kind of Spanish that I know.
You just start speaking Spanish right now?
No.
I was waiting.
I know, right?
Oh, what did I do with it?
Me gusta este beverage. I can't remember the fucking
Bevrida.
I don't have it on here. Wait, I might.
How do you say drink? I forgot to say drink. I forgot how to say a lot of shit. You know what's weird? I'll sometimes when someone will mention something about speaking Spanish, I'll start actually like speaking it in my head, saying the things that they're saying in my head to try to remind myself like of what those words would be. Like, what if they were telling me, or what if I had to tell somebody in Spanish what this person just told me? So just being a translator, right? So
you'd be stuck.
I try. Well, I try to do it in my head sometimes when I think about it, so that I don't really forget, you know. And it doesn't always work. It doesn't work. I haven't done it in a while, so
I can make out a lot more when they speak slower, and I have to hear them say it because I will transpose words from Spanish to French because there's some dialect, bits of that dialect are there, but.
What?
Jose Cuervo.
Okay.
China.
I gave it a.
Is that you, Infinity?
A fucking can.
Oh, you got it.
No, I don't. It's fake. It's one of the 2 samples that Magix and I figured out the other night.
Oh, got you. No,
so that's actually.
Wait. Pause. So the sample. Hold on, man. Don't roll your eyes. So the samples that we fixed, or that we set up the other night, work right now.
What up, Cremo?
Yeah, that was it. So this is the other one.
So what is the problem that you're having with your other samples? They're not playing?
They're not coming from the caster. They're coming from a different source. I can get them to play, but I can't get them to play.
Okay, so these are not your Stream Deck sounds. These are the sounds on the Monocaster directly? So you...
Got him. The sampler order.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Monocaster directly?
Oh yeah, I'm keeping that one.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Oh my god. You always have to have the longest ones possible though.
They're coming off his phone.
Say what again?
I added some of these in. But did you hear what I gave the Jose Cuervo?
Yeah. Actually, that's what I was saying. You got it. Was to your sound.
I gave it a 10. A can! A fucking can!
Monocaster directly.
That's actually pretty fucking funny.
Got him.
He hates it so much when you do that to him.
I know he's gonna get me back, but
I'm using my powers for good and not evil.
hey,
No,
keep telling
I
yourself that.
realized that
mantra.
it's grapefruit and tequila. It's like grapefruit, tequila, and 7-Up,
Yeah.
which is really weird that I've never had this before.
So
or if you were to just take tequila and squirt.
Yeah.
Ew.
No, it's actually squirt. That's what they use in the normal drinks that you buy at a bar or something. So I've seen Palomas all over the place, right? I never paid attention to it because I was just like, who gives a fuck? I was like, give me a margarita or give me a fucking old fashioned,
Right.
whatever. But again,
Old-fashioned.
Dylan, shout out to Dylan because this motherfucker brings me shit and shows me shit sometimes. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, I'm the older guy. I fucking know everything. I'm not like that. I'm like, hell yeah, man. Let me see what you got. So he's the one that started drinking. Like he had a Paloma, and he's like, you never had a Paloma? I was like, no. So I was like, I've heard of it. I just never had it. So he let me taste it, and then I got one that fucking.
You gotta hit these like a Red Bull. You can't let them get warm though. I can already tell you can't let this get warm.
It actually feels kind of heavy when it gets warm. What did Chris say?
Ew.
That's
Yeah,
why
they
I'm
changed the
almost
closing
done
time
with
of
it.
my job 6 p.m. was 5:30, and before that was 5. Oh damn!
So does that mean he's trying to get in or
He's
what?
getting off later and later. I don't know. It's up to him if he wants to jump in. I can put up.
Either
another
way,
window.
it's not 7. His time off is not 7 o'clock. But
Some
we
people
do
gotta
know
travel
your
for work.
Correct. He just is not it is not Phoenix. It is Tucson.
Nah, he's in.
You
Tucson.
get from one side of Tucson to the other side of Tucson in 20 minutes.
Depends on the time and construction.
Not really.
Well, I could tell you from his house to his work, it's like 5 minutes away. With traffic, 7. Unless
Right.
there's like a really bad accident.
Oh, and
All
there's
right,
that.
you could do 20. You could do 30 if you take from one
I was
side
like,
of
don't say
Tucson to
20.
the other. If you take the back way by the Plain Cemetery, is that way still open to circumvent the Tucson area?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I was just trying to think. There's like, I didn't want to get into it, but there's like many different ways by the. So it's just.
I mean, I didn't know that there was a back way. I didn't find out till probably like 10 years ago that there was a back way from Phoenix to Tucson. Instead of taking I-10, you can go. Shit, it's almost through Globe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but and there's a lot less traffic, but you are subject to like 55, 65 miles an hour,
Man,
but you're
that's why
not
they call it the
stuck on
scenic route.
I-10.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay. Go take a pee.
Sure.
I
Since
got
you
it.
put it up.
Monocaster directly?
All right, now I'll be right back.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Thank you. Goodbye.
So, what made you buy the little refrigerator? You just figured it'd make. I mean, why'd you buy such a small one? Because it was cheap, or because you feel like that's all you really need?
Mainly, it was cheap. It was $20.
Yeah. Does it plug in?
It's normally like $59.99.
No, for sure. It's a little Frigidaire one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty dope, actually. I was wondering. I thought about getting one too because I actually saw it on for sale for like $25 when I saw it.
Yeah, it's big enough for a 6-pack, and I figured if it can keep it cool enough, I could literally just put my drinks for the show in there, and it stays cool. I don't have to do the whole little this is ice pack with sandwich bags and everything else. Yeah.
I bought a new one, so I'm just using this one now because I had like a tiny one like that. But it was actually
it's not enough.
It was actually my daughter's lunch bag, and she's all, I got to start using that again. I'm like, well, you're not here when I use it. Don't worry about it. But I bought a new one for work. Because
that's what it was. It was mainly because I was like, I need a bigger lunch bag than what I have. Excuse me.
God damn.
Oh, my apologies. I need a bigger one. I was like, I should order
That's
another
nasty.
one. And then when I looked at this, I was like, another lunch bag just for the show. I might as well just get this Frigidaire for $19.99.
Yeah, because the fucking lunch bags are like $15. You can't find anything cheaper than that. That's a decent size.
Yeah, and this thing is this would literally be
That's like a mom bag.
Yes.
It's like, let
This-
me just put my makeup in here so it doesn't melt.
Or I gotta put a bottle in here
Yeah.
or some little snacks for whatever. That's literally what this is. I mean, diaper bags are bigger than this thing. So,
Well,
my next drink, by the way, is I was like, hey, patriotic.
Loyal watermelon
Shit, hold
lemonade.
on.
Oh, okay. Loyal. I never heard of that.
Zoom in, mother. Why are
There
you
it
zooming
is.
on my finger? There it is. Yeah, I never heard of it either, but I was like, let me give it a shot. I'm telling you, I'm getting it to the point now. The dude at the liquor store, I've gone like 4 times now. And before, people would look at me crazy because I'm sitting there and I'm just grabbing random shit. And the guy's like, what's going on, bro? He's like, are you new
okay?
to this? I'm like, and I asked him about the soju. I was like, hey, have you had this? He's like, I was like, look, I know you see me in here a bunch and I'm just buying random shit. He's like, we wondered. I was like, I do a podcast and we sample these drinks online to see if we like them. Then we give them a score. So I'm literally just trying to find drinks I've never had before that are in my wheelhouse. So nothing peach, nothing mango, nothing coconut, whatever.
Cremo said, what the hell you need a lunch bag for, Magix? You don't go nowhere.
So he's like, all right, here's some drinks. He's like, you may like, it's like, you could try these over here. And they have like this row, like an aisle that's probably like 10 or 15, a cabinet. It's like 10 or 15 feet wide. And it's just all the little sample drinks, like the little travel drinks, whatever.
Yeah.
Are listed up there and all the little cans like this. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, so let me just go through here. And he's like, all right, just take your time. He's like, you need a basket? Because they don't have baskets for everybody else. He's like, you need a basket, you can do that. I was like, no, I'm going to limit myself to 6. He's like, I said, I'll probably be back next week. He's like, all right, see you next week then. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, he's probably bullshitting me. The next week I came in, he was like, hey, I found these other drinks. They're we've never had them before. So that's how I got the Loyal.
Oh, shit, that's cool. Now you got people watching. I need to go to a fucking store like that. I'm always just ordering shit online.
The only problem, though, is it's a liquor store, and they're going to eventually run out of shit. I don't know, because, I forgot to grab that port wine.
Cremo, you're behind, bro. He's got a little fucking fridge that he just got in. He's all Magix just needs a full fridge like 3 feet away from his seat.
Cremo, as always, man. Drugs are bad, okay? You were in a time delay. You were in another dimension. So yeah, I need to find out if this is carbonated. I really wish they would have put like carbonated or shake well.
Yeah, you probably should shake it.
I don't know, dude.
Shake it. Don't break it.
I'm not. I'm not.
You're lucky I wasn't ready with the sampler for that one.
I'm not. No.
Carbonated.
There's not a whole lot of give
Look,
to
do
this can.
Just flip it upside down and then bring it back up and then wait a couple seconds before you open it. Just so that it, a little motion in the ocean.
And face it towards your monitor.
It'll be all right.
It'll
be
Black
something.
Max headroom.
Mac, drum.
If you not nobody knew what that background was, that's the Black Max headroom background.
You're showing your age, asshole.
Max headroom.
Hey, but that was one of the greatest hacks of all. Yeah, I know, right? That was one of the greatest hacks of all time, though. That Max Headroom hack that went live on air. That was one of the greatest hacks ever.
They actually did a couple of those. I just read about that again. They did that. They did the they were accepting that they were the ones that freaked out people with the War of the Worlds. They did a War of the Worlds type broadcast. So before somebody has the original War of the Worlds was played like back in the day in black and white, only had
Yeah,
three
that was like the
channels.
40s or some shit.
But people thought it was real because nobody caught the beginning that where it said this is a play, a theatrical play. You know, please be aware this is not real. And
But why
people
would you
tuned
broadcast
in.
that? Like, why? If that came out right now, some people would believe it.
Sound like you're taking.
Okay,
a
that's
piss
like
right now.
Newsroom. If Newsroom came on, people would believe it. But those,
yeah.
that motherfucking clear ass glass.
Green screen.
So
that's Max Headroom's drink right there.
So they did the original War of the Worlds that way. Well, this hack group that did the Max Headroom hack on the TV station, which ironically to this day there are still several TV stations that have that security open.
Day. I need to get that.
I don't even. I know. I my finger was. I was like.
But yeah, so they did that, and then they did a War of the Worlds type one, but they did not broadcast that this is an act or whatever. And they had a bunch of people calling in that there was like a U.S. invasion and blah blah blah. And
that's not even that far fetched anymore, though.
It's not. I don't think it would work.
I
think it would only work
what
for
some
the
people
boomers.
believe now?
It would only work for the boomers. If you were I, first of all, how many people are still watching TV like that? Broadcast.
I'm surprised actually, like sports and stuff like that. A lot of people.
When you don't have cable.
I stream the equivalent of it.
It doesn't go. Those are two different services.
No, I know. I know you can't hack it the same, but the concept is the same.
It's not.
If we were all three watching a baseball game on some live streaming network, and they did an interject basically hack.
That's the thing. You can't do an interject hack with a stream of that nature. You can only do it with over the hair. So
over the hair.
Over the air. I was gonna say it would be. I was gonna say it's like the year we watched the Super Bowl. You were watching directly at your house on one. I was watching at my house on another. Same game, two different commercials, two different timeouts.
Yeah, different sources, right? I get that, but my point is, if it showed up, doesn't matter how it got there. If it showed up, certain people would be like, "Uh-oh." Well, if you and I and E and three different complete locations all saw, even regardless of timing, if we all saw a commercial that did not look like realistic and something was up, I guarantee there's still going to be some phone calls. Whether you believe it or not, it's still going to be like, hey, did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. Did you see that? Did you see Janet Jackson's nipple with the solar? Yeah, I saw that.
See, that's
you know what I mean?
thing, though. So we would intact trust but verify. Boomers don't do that.
Tommy.
I can't see what the fuck that is.
That's where he's at?
It's bright.
He's in Hawaii.
Yeah, he's in Hawaii.
Oh, I forgot. Which island?
Fuck if I know.
I'd be broadcasting from that patio like I'm here and you ain't.
Well, there's a bigger. It's still bright, though.
Yeah, it looks like a resort for where he's at.
It is.
That's dope. Can't say that I blame him.
Ew. I need to get that sample.
I almost.
What's that?
What's I almost that, had it. I'm just gonna keep my finger on this button.
That
I
one's
can always
too long too, but I usually cut it off like at the beginning.
Well, I was gonna.
I just cut it off right there.
I'll take an E40 sample though, like ooh, high feet.
Yeah,
high feet.
You know what's bad when you're just stuck staring at the drink, right?
What the hell does it taste like?
First of all,
even open
no
it
carbonation.
Yet?
No
what
carbonation.
Is that one? What is that one? Never mind.
What is it?
Loyal watermelon lemonade.
What?
It doesn't even taste like watermelon or lemonade. It tastes like watered down Mad Dog.
Ew.
Mad Dog wasn't great to start with, so.
And not even, no. It's watered down red Mad Dog and Boone's Farm with no carbonation.
So it's
no
Kool-Aid.
cap.
and just and jungle juice. Like
Ugh.
it's just ass.
God damn.
Kool-Aid. I mean, if you were like 19, it'd probably be
No. At 19, I was a professional drinker. This is not. This ain't.
Self-proclaimed.
right.
I was already going to Mexico every weekend. No, that drink is ass. This is not.
What?
I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself the rest of the show since Dumbass keeps trying to record me.
It didn't work, so don't worry about it.
No.
All I wanted was the no part, but that didn't work.
No, this is not a good drink. I'm gonna give that a 2.
You know what? I mean, I usually record all this stuff down in our sheet, but I'm running the fucking show, so I haven't been recording anything.
We got like 4 screens. You don't have it up on one of them?
Listen, man, you trying to be Magic's right now, fucking telling me to do everything.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking. There's a difference.
Go catch
because
it.
I gotta focus on
Notepad.
shit. So what's the mystery add-on that Magic's will throw into this drink? Cremo.
Nothing. You know what? I take that back. You know what I would use that for? To replace water in the bong. I'll try taking a bong rip through it. That may give it some better taste.
God damn. Does it have that?
That's how bad it is.
Does it have that like stupid dry aftertaste? You know what I mean? Like makes your mouth feel all dry.
Look, man, this. All right. Can we keep it 100? Can we keep it 100? Is it okay to keep it 100?
No cap.
No cap. This is like some Caucasus Mountain frat boys drink this and think it's hard. Like this is their, hey man, this is gonna get you 4 up. This ain't got shit. Like, people used to think St. Ides was like hood. St. Ides, I'd rather drink St. Ides than this.
Settle down, Beavis.
St. Ides special brew or St. Ides
churlish.
40.
Oh yeah, special brew, the crooked eye.
Yeah,
right.
Commercials.
I'd rather drink that than this.
Hey, from what I remember, special brew is pretty goddamn good.
I don't even drink beer, even though that's a malt liquor.
Like, you heard that right?
What did you just drop?
See, I didn't have to press nothing.
I would repeat it, but I don't think I'm allowed to.
I said Schlitz malt liquor.
Okay.
I didn't even hear that part. I heard burr.
I just heard the
I know what he heard. I know what he heard.
Yeah. This is not good. I'm giving it a 2.
All right.
And I'm only giving it a 2 because if it got up to 105 today, so if I was stuck outside in the heat, I would probably drink this. I would regret it gratefully, but it's still liquid.
You should write it down so he can put it in the spreadsheet later.
Hang on,
hey,
remember.
what
We're
up,
done.
Team Tenez or Tinez? Do we know who that is?
Weren't they on here Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday or Sunday?
Giving some good suggestions, by the way, with the high noon fucking hard teas. I can't wait to get some of those.
Yeah, I remember seeing that person recently, whoever that is.
Yeah. Well, hey, welcome to the podcast, and thanks for joining in. We are just here fucking talking about drinks again, because that's what we do.
Right.
But, I mean, we're usually more, I guess, together and with it on the drink stuff and making it a whole thing. But, yeah, I ain't got no help. So, Magic's.
What are you drinking today?
Me? I showed you the twisted tea.
Oh, is that the only
Rocket
one?
Pop.
That and your regular one?
Yeah, and my old fashioned, like always.
Gotcha.
Yeah, oh shit, buzzball. Oh, well, what the fuck you waiting for,
Pina
man?
colada?
You better.
I was waiting for Magic to take a breath.
Oh, my mistake.
Monocaster directly.
Not some boozers. We sure the fuck are. Apparently, so we claim it's for the show, but I started.
Are you sure about that?
I started this shit because every show I had an old fashioned. Cause I just like sipping, you know, fucking.
One of the shows he made an old fashioned.
I did make an old fashioned on the show, and I usually used to just have one and sip on it throughout the show, and then it turned into having a twisted tea as a backup in case I finish this, and then all of a sudden Tommy started buying new drinks. And he was like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that, and then next thing you know, we're doing a segment on the show, or
that was a whole episode.
Show, we're fucking trying new drinks all the time, and we're damn near running out because we've come across too many nasty ones, or we've already gone through all the good ones.
Fucking Drink Champs Junior Edition,
right?
I do still have.
But here,
this is 15% alcohol.
Fuck yeah. Oh. What you know about buzz balls?
Apparently not that much. I'm gonna be on this scooter going around in circles.
Get your fucking shit together, my God.
Woo. Got my back up.
Oh, goddamn.
Fuck
I just one with a whole road case of it. That's kind of smooth. This would be good over like crushed ice. I'm still gonna give it like a 5 though. It's not bad.
Woo.
It's not bad at all.
Is it just like the aftertaste? I mean, is there flavor in the beginning?
No, there's flavor in the beginning all the way through.
All the way through? Okay.
And it's kind of smooth, like milkshake type smooth, but it ain't a milkshake.
Creamy.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna say that.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm very sure. Sample master over here. I'm very sure. It's pretty dope though. Like when I can get in my actual pool, yeah, this will be out there.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope. Yeah,
you just have to keep them on ice. That's what it is. Because either
I took a play out of Magic's book.
Damn, so he's got the mama bag too.
I do. It's one less thing to carry.
Another one.
And another one. And another one.
That's what I was showing him my big old fucking lunch bag over here. It had 2 drinks in it.
Damn it.
What are you doing?
Playing back everything that's going on YouTube.
Eat a dick.
So Team Tenez, I hope I'm saying that right. What do you like to drink besides high noon fucking hard teas? Because that's what you talked about last time. But I'd like to.
This is pretty good.
I'd like to get some more suggestions, or maybe you drink something we haven't had yet. I'm like,
don't worry, we'll wait.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a delay, so it ain't like it's live. I mean, it's live, but see, I got all these fucking samples I can't use right now.
Hold on.
Hey, disconnected.
I was waiting for like AOL dial-up or something.
Them go for retard.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, yeah, too late for that.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Just keep going. I mean, I can still Bluetooth.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard of.
Fucking. What was it gonna? I had something that I wanted to bring up. I don't drink anymore, but I was a bartender for years.
Where at?
Shit. You don't drink because you were a bartender, or you were a bartender because you didn't drink? That's my question. Because that's a lot of people's stories. It's like, I became a bartender because I don't drink anymore, so it wasn't there to tempt me. Or you stopped drinking because you were a bartender, and that's all you did.
Yeah.
What was that? Fuck. I had something that I thought about talking about when we jumped on, and then we got into technical shit, and I forgot.
Making that old fashioned?
No, I already made
it. Being hot as shit today?
No, I mean, you got the whole bar behind you.
I know, but here's the thing. With the old fashioned, I have stuff that's got to stay cold. So like the cherry juice, the agave, that shit's got to stay cold. So I keep that all in the fridge out there. I got my ice out there. So
get you a little mini fridge like Magic's or like mine.
I know.
They're actually pretty cheap right now, really.
Nah, this one does not do ice. So
well, it don't have to be ice. That's separate. But I'm saying like the mini fridge, just to, once it's cold, keep it cold.
Yeah, I thought about it. Actually, my wife told me that too. She's like, maybe we need to get you a mini fridge. I'm like, shit.
They're worth it. I mean, you can get a fridge that's like, you know what I mean?
I would just get a mini fridge and fucking, before I come in, if I wanted to make or have the choice of making drinks, I would just put a couple of ice cubes in.
Put your mixers in there, and then I mean, you could get a little ice maker for like $100.
Actually, that is something I'm thinking about getting because.
Wait, did you already use your TikTok code?
I've been finding more, but
no. So that ice maker, if you get that and it works really well,
it does.
Don't get the bullet ice one. Get the chewable ice one, the Sonic ice one.
Oh,
well, there's multiples. The Sonic ice is the filtered water, but
so the difference. No, it's the same bottle. You pour the water in and it spits out. But the thing is this: the bullet ice one, the ice does not last long.
I'm sorry.
One of you turds is about to get smacked in the mouth if you don't keep it down.
To this day.
Get the chewable ice one, and if you haven't used the code yet in your account, you can probably get it down to $29.99. It's normally like $129.
You can get it down to $29.99 if you look at the link in my bio and you follow the link in the bottom.
Right,
that's the thing.
Get it for free.
Today only.
With the TikTok one, it comes down to you could only use that code once, and you get additional codes like you've seen.
Right.
Like that monitor, I've never seen that monitor lower than what I bought it for.
How much did
or
you
even
pay?
equal to it.
Which monitor is this?
Maya Zorpa, I think was $49.99.
Yeah, you got it even cheaper. I got mine
$49,
for like $55.
But guess what? I can't buy it again for $49.99 because I already used the code for that.
Yep.
So the way TikTok uses their codes is different.
I can't remember what size it is.
What monitor is this? And what size? What, like, tell me something. Tell everybody else something too.
She said,
"Yeah, Zorpa. Just search for a Zorpa on TikTok."
I was a bartender all through college. Now pancreas?
I was a bartender all through college. Now the pancreas is bad, and so no booze, just smoke.
I heard
for
that.
now with a wealth of liquor knowledge.
Smoke weed every day.
Hell yeah, we about that over here too.
I did send you a video. Check your Instagram. I did send you a video on a frozen.
I saw that one. The frozen old fashioned?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that. See, I don't like frozen drinks, but I'd be willing to try it.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
But the frozen parts, whiskey doesn't really freeze that well unless you add additives to it, and then you take away from the whiskey. But it's the frozen drink, the frozen fruit is what makes it the slushy.
Right.
Out of it. So that's what I was like, maybe he'd like
the cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it might be good.
Yeah.
I just don't know how well that's gonna. The orange liquid is gonna release the flavor. I don't know how well that is.
Liquid.
When I make my old fashioned,
liquid in.
When I make my old fashioned, I always squeeze that rind in there just to get those oils, to release those oils. And
well, what if you there's a name for it.
Muddle?
No, where you get like the skin shavings.
Oh shit.
There's a name for it. I can't think of it. Zest it. That's what's called. Zest it.
Yeah, zesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be able to give you the same.
My mic levels weren't that high. Is that better, Cremo? Hopefully.
They sounded fine here, but I don't know what he hears.
Yeah, I noticed that though is when it sounds good to us through Ninja, it might not come over on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might.
That happened to me too. That's why I switched mics. One of the reasons.
Yeah, and it actually captures your voice better. Like before, you just kind of sounded hollow. Now you can actually hear what your voice sounds like. It's loud as fuck in my headphones, so it's hard for me to tell. But I do have all my levels turned up, so I'm hoping that made it better.
Well, looking at your levels on here, they're okay. But I mean, that's through Ninja, not through YouTube.
Yeah.
But I could also, like, does it sound somewhat balanced, though?
Yeah.
Because normally my voice is like, I have like a radio announcer strip club voice.
Right.
So I'm trying to make it balanced.
Stage.
I could do that all day.
Stage 2.
No,
Bambi, get ready on stage number 3. And
Magic's get that song ready.
Is walking the floor.
Magic's warming up.
Nope. Like, Magic's turn down the lights on stage 2.
What's that, brother?
Right. And I EQ'd some of my voice out just because people listen on phones and all types of other shit. It ain't like you're on a stereo or anything. So some people are, some ain't.
He said I have a lot of bass, but I don't know. Hopefully,
everlasting bass.
But he also said, "Just kidding."
No, he did say that after got a lot of bass. Okay, good.
After the bass,
I was like, what the hell?
Bass.
All in the same sentence.
I never been accused of having too much bass in my voice.
I plead the fifth. F-I-F-5. I don't like my voice either, but I know what I can do.
Yeah. What in the fuck are you doing, Matches?
Peeking out that fee-fine fucking
DJ
mic. Actually, you know
that
what?
was my boom, 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 boom.
No, that's him playing with effects. That's not his fucking voice.
Bass, bass, bass.
Oh, see?
That's what Chris was saying. Was the bass,
you know what?
bass.
I know what else I can check.
Spelled bass wrong, by the way, Chris. So that's why nobody got that joke except
me. The bass.
Yeah. That's
I think I know what it was. I think I just got it.
It sounds like you just changed your gain structure or a cloud lifter or
no.
Well, you don't need a cloud lifter, really.
No.
That's you don't really need that for that mic. But was your 48 volt off?
I'm gonna have to. No, it was my sound in my sound settings.
Yeah.
On the laptop, the mic levels were down to like 33, and that's
negative 33.
What's that?
Negative 33?
No, it was at just the level on the laptop, like just the straight up mic level from 0 to 100, real quick. But
I was just thinking
his mic game was 33.
Okay, cool. He said it sounds good now. Yeah. So when I was fucking around with everything that I was doing,
cool.
That was part of my problem. I started messing with levels of shit, and I never went back to it. So I do need I need to dial shit in this weekend because with all the problems I had and shit, like I thought I had another big issue. That's why it took me a minute to get into Ninja when we started because so I moved my. You saw in the watch party that I had all the different setup, right? And Magix was asking about all the low profile arms. But
yeah.
I'm usually on the low profile, but it's coming from my right side, but I had it on the left side and I never moved it because I was trying to fix all the problems. So when I did that, I did the show on Sunday with the mic still on this side because I was trying to fix all the issues. So then I moved. I wish I was there
for that.
And when I jumped in today, I wasn't getting my mic over on Ninja, and I'm like, what the fuck again? So I'm going through everything I did before, and then I realized I moved my mic, which means I have to move my XLR cables over here because I had switched them up. And then that's what I was doing when I told you guys, I hear an echo. It's because I was listening to what someone else would have been hearing that's in here with me instead of hearing my own monitoring.
Because you're on the Rodecaster Pro, right?
Yeah.
Pro or Pro 2?
The Pro. Just the
original
one.
Pro that's got the big red button to the left for recording or whatever.
It's to the right and it's blue.
Or right, but yeah, there's a big red record button. That's not the Pro 2. That's the original Pro.
Right.
Yeah. Because I looked at the Duo earlier and I'm like, so this is nothing but XLRs with preamps. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so the Duo is basically just a 2-person instead of a 4-person. It does all the same shit. But you can also get the Streamer X, which is that has a built-in capture card if you're using a camera like I am. Because I have the Elgato capture card, which is like 160 on its own.
Yeah.
But that fucking that Rodecaster Streamer X, it's like $399. But that's because it does what a Rodecaster does for one mic, and then it also has the capture card built in. So
yeah, I looked at that and I'm like, okay, I get it. I see why. Because for people that are just starting out, it's all in one.
Right.
And it's got a lot of different effects. It's got certain mic pre's and shit, which is cool. Yeah. I'm like, all right. So, obviously I just started hanging out with y'all a month and some weeks ago. And I'm looking, so where I'm sitting right now, I'm looking at my other mixer, which I think I've showed you before. It's got 4 XLRs and 12 other channels, and it's nowhere near that cost. But the different strokes for different folks. So you could get another mixer and an external sound card and still be in there, depending on your computer.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways to do it. That's just like an all-in-one. I'm ready to start tonight plug it in, boom.
And it's focused more on the podcasting front instead of DJing and mixing and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's the biggest difference because it's made for what we're doing here instead in streaming, you know.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
But once I started looking into it, because I was like, man, if everybody's using this damn thing, I need to look into it because I like gear.
Right.
I love fucking gear. I like gear. I like lights and I like knobs.
Yeah.
It had all of that. So I'm like, what they got going on? But once I started looking at it, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have one. Well, I won't say that. But I might not have gotten one as quickly as I did if it wasn't for Tommy hooking me up, you know. Because I like these pod mics. These pod mics are dope.
Pod mic's a business. It's a good price, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they got the new ones now that link in chat, please. Link to what? Oh, are you talking Rodecaster? Once I find out, I can drop you a link for sure. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I probably wouldn't have gotten one so mic. Quick, except, you know, Tommy hooked it up, so that was good. And then for the price I paid for, you know, the Rodecaster and the 3 mics, I mean, if I thought about getting the Streamer X just to take with me out of town. But I was like, I don't need that because then I got to carry the fucking camera and I got to break that down and all that shit. I don't want to do all that. Like my fucking webcam is good enough.
Yeah, I hear you. This is actually one of my webcams.
And so, you know, when it comes down to it, what I use is I just use the webcam, and then I bought that one little cheapy fucking mixer, which works pretty decent for the couple times I've used it, and yeah, it's not bad. I think that works good enough.
Absolutely. No, I'm listening to you. I'm just looking at the chat.
I know. I was actually trying to copy and paste that link in there. But
yeah, I just said what you're using. I just put a link.
Yeah, so I put the link in there for the newest version, which is
the Pro 2.
I didn't see it pop up. Do you see?
Yeah, you. No, I don't.
I guess it might not let you put a link in there because it didn't show up in my chat in OBS either. But yeah, it's the Rodecaster Pro is what I use, and then Tommy uses the Rodecaster Pro 2, which is just the updated version. But they have a couple of other versions, which is the Rodecaster Duo.
I was looking at that this morning. Yep.
That one just allows for 2 mics, but does everything else that the Rodecaster does for the most part. And then the Rodecaster Streamer X is for streaming purposes, which just one XLR mic and a capture card. But the other thing I have to figure out this week, what's that?
8. Sorry, I'm just saying 8. This thing was
nice.
Now, an hour from now, I might not think that, but right now I do.
Wait like another 10 or 15 minutes, and then you're going to feel it.
No, I feel it now, but it's good. What I got to do, roll into the next room?
Yeah, so the other thing I got to figure out this weekend is my GoPro. For some reason, my GoPro decided to stop working as a camera source in OBS, and I don't know why. But
so I had I had 2 cameras fail actually just before we got on. I unplugged them, plugged them back in. I deleted their source and brought that back in.
Yeah, that might be something I have to do.
And that seemed to help.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same for you, but that seemed to help me. Oops.
Yeah, it might be. It's just one of those things. I mean, my GoPro has worked pretty flawlessly, except for the little like zone outs that it has sometimes. But for the most part, it's worked pretty well, and it usually comes up right away. So I shouldn't complain. I haven't really had issues with it, but for some reason, since I had all these problems, all of a sudden now it's giving me problems. So what number GoPro? It's the Hero Black 11.
Oh, you got the new.
I'll say, why got to be the black one?
They got it
right. I'm like, you got the.
That's what it's called. I don't know.
That's because the white one just it didn't. You know what I mean?
No cap. GoPro White. I can see that being sponsored by Trump.
GoPro White means it only works like a quarter of the time.
It's getting the black one to. Never mind.
I can't even. I nope.
Yo, have you seen these other Stream Deck competitors? Before,
yes, there's a few of them out.
Before,
And they're
I don't
actually
remember
dope.
this many competitors before.
Well,
Like
look
when
at
we
how
first
popular
started, there was
streaming
like
has
one
gotten,
or
though.
two. Now there's an ass load of them.
Yeah. Well, that's because podcasting has just become so fucking big. Like everybody has a goddamn podcast now, which
It's easy.
kind of sucks for us because that
Ah,
Now you're gonna
not
have
really.
lots of
competition.
mix.
It gives you more analytics, though.
That's true.
Because I was looking at
'Cause
that
people
too.
are-
So
people are looking
now you can
for
look
'em.
at how they fuck up, and you can fix it on your own.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the difference between the Stream Deck Classic and the newer one is.
Classic?
Yeah, the Stream Deck Classic is $115 on Amazon, and the normal Stream Deck is $124.
If you want to get a Stream Deck right now, what I would have got had I seen it before was the Neo.
Oh, he doesn't need the Neo.
Why not? It's
Nah.
cheaper.
It
The
is,
Stream
but
Deck
it only has
Neo.
what, like 8 buttons.
But you can change
Are you
scenes
talking about
just like we do.
the Stream
Yeah,
Deck
yeah, you can
Mini?
do everything.
Stream
MK
Deck Neo.
The difference between the old Stream Deck, the regular 15 button, and the new one is the new one's like MK2 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, it
basically it's
doesn't-
just an upgraded version. Maybe it has a little better, like, I don't know, maybe something works a little better on it, but for the most part, everything's
It's the
software
same shit.
based.
It's
yeah.
all exactly.
Yeah, you can get over the
Yeah,
air
that's what I
updates.
figured,
It's like,
but I'm still trying to
whatever.
find the Stream Deck Neo, and I'm not finding
Get
it.
the look. So they have a whole category for the Neo stuff. It's like most of it's white because it's
Yeah.
designed for like beginner, whatever. It's the same
I'm on
shit.
Amazon, not on Elgato.
Go to Elgato.
Well, I know I could go there. I'm
Elgato.
looking at on
But I'm
Amazon.
saying- But what I'm telling you is,
Gotta go get me the fucking Elgato.
I'm gonna shoot an Elgato in my backyard in a minute.
Oh yeah, I see it because they have this pack.
Cremo
That's the
said,
Elgato.
go Trump Pro, and it's orange, not white.
Right. So they got an Elgato Wave Neo Face Cam, Neo Key Light.
The thing is,
Neo Stream
it's a
Deck.
whole set,
Yeah, it's a whole.
but you can buy it individually.
It's 400. It's about 380 on as a bundle, but
That's the yeah.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good. I mean that key light.
But I'm saying, look at
kinda
the.
nice.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
The thing I do like about the Elgato key lights is that you can control them with your Stream Deck, but there's other lights you can control as well, so you don't really need it. But I still have yet to. That's my next thing. Soon I'm gonna probably get some better lighting, kind of more along the lines of what Tommy has, so that because I actually did put up another light. It's probably gonna be bright as fuck, but I was.
Can't see it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it makes a little bit of a difference in the background, but it's not much. It's very faint, and I do have it pointed differently because I had it set up for the watch party.
Yeah, that
You have
that
a big,
Neo is only an
diffuser on it?
8-button deck.
No, it's a key light.
But you have multiple pages for magics, and
If I'm
what'd you
gonna
say?
do
Eight
that, I
light?
might as well just get the mini.
It's not the same.
It's got a
They're both
time.
Stream Decks.
It's got an LED face with a time.
But you can change that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's got the time, but you can change all that shit.
Let me go to Elgato's website.
He's got to go look for it now.
No, I just the way this is. Never mind. Just
So
The
my
way
buddy
the room
that,
is set up.
my buddy that let me use the Canon camera that I still have actually with that Sigma lens and all that shit. I mean, he told me. I mean, he has a whole professional photography setup, so he's got the real like legit lights with diffusers and boxes, soft boxes, and all that shit. And he told me he was gonna bring them to me.
Oh shit!
And I was like, okay. I was like, more shit to add. And then I didn't really care at the moment, but the second time he told me about it again, he said, "Oh, I forgot to pick it up from where I have it stored, so I'll bring it next time." And he still hasn't brought it, so I'm waiting to see if he actually does. But I haven't talked to
You
him.
could put a softbox on anything, though. Really.
True, but I don't think it. I mean, is that what
The
Tommy
hell?
said?
That's magics.
No, that's Tom.
Yeah, that's what Tommy said.
Oh, he said to y'all. Oh,
All right, cut
The
it.
group
cut
I'm
it,
not
cut
in.
it. We're gonna get fucking.
get a channel.
Yeah.
straight.
What? Fuck is the point of this thing? For
What?
$100.
What is
It does the same thing and is half the price. That's the point.
No, it's not. It's $100. I can get the regular 15 button for $124.
Fuck.
Monocaster directly.
It just you got that one good, and it was just like perfect.
Hey.
But this also comes down to. Oh wait, hold on. I might have an extra coupon on this. Let me stop.
Jesus Christ.
On
On today's shopping network.
I mean, that's what we did. When we started, that's what we did. We were like, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger.
Yeah,
we bought shit live online.
I mean, you could do that.
That's what I
fine.
told him to do for that camera he was thinking about buying, because he's sending messages in the
but
chat.
Prime Day is
But did he
coming up
buy it?
next month.
He didn't
Yes,
buy
it
it.
is.
He didn't
That's
buy
not
it.
going to be
But
on Prime Day.
Here's the thing: you're not gonna find that fucking camera on a Prime Day special for the price.
You
you're
damn
getting
sure
it at
ain't getting
Walmart,
that
dude.
Stream
I'm
Deck
telling
on
you.
Prime Day.
No, Stream Deck you can find on Prime Day. That's normal.
Yeah.
Not the new.
Stream Deck and Govee will be on Prime Day. They always are.
Govee, yes, they've been out for a minute.
And Elgato. He bought some of his stuff on Prime Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they're not. Yeah,
then wait.
but
Then just wait.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, why would
Yeah,
I buy
motherfucker, just
an
wait.
8-button deck for $99? I could pay $25 extra and get the 15 button.
Do it then. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Look,
I'm asking them now. Question is,
so mine is sitting
how
here
do you feel? And I
on
actually need to ask
screensaver
Tom
right
about
now.
that. What?
I can't.
Oh, look
So
at
mine
you.
is sitting here. I'm not using it right now because we're just sitting here talking.
Yeah.
So I have my screensaver on it.
Yeah. Mine's my.
Okay.
What is mine?
Yours is probably a whole portrait with that big ass box.
I can show. Oh shit! I'm fucking things up. Uh-oh. Hold on. That's what I get for playing around. I fuck things up. We're back.
And he just transitioned.
You have no reason to have. You say you didn't put the 3-year protection plan on it?
No, I did not.
How come my button didn't work though? I need to fix that because that was supposed to work. Oh, motherfucker! Shit changed on me. There we go. I got it. I got it.
Well, he was on different. He was on a different screen. That's why.
I was on a whole different scene. Uh-oh. What is this shit? Are we gonna get a
Who is that? That's not me.
What is this? What are you doing?
I can tell you who it's not.
Oh, it was
What are you doing?
Monocaster directly? It was the intro. I was on my board. I was like, what the hell is this button? And I was like,
He forgets there's a slider for the Bluetooth volume.
again, my Bluetooth volume has no effect.
No. I think you
It's
should
supposed
turn
to.
this stupid music off.
It's royalty-free music. We're not getting copyright.
I just said it's stupid.
Your face is stupid.
Hey.
Damn it.
I don't give a fuck.
How do I go back to the other board?
You don't know. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Not even a little bit.
It's the
Monocaster
Memorial Day
directly?
Sale. Save up to $700 and get a free
Now we're
adjustable
listening to
beat.
So-
fucking
Get matched
commercials.
up
Right.
The fuck?
I'm like, yo,
There's a
the
volume
button.
button.
Just,
Just
No,
push it.
it's.
or hit the blue button that turns the Bluetooth completely off. How about that?
How about no?
How about
Monocaster directly?
Are you sure about that?
China.
I
Here's
do
the
have
real
that
one.
one.
China.
I know.
China, the Chinese chicken.
We're just gonna play fucking sounds.
Fucking the sample art
Oh, yeah, we did have soundboard wars before.
Yeah. We definitely
live.
Yeah.
That's
all that troubleshooting that you were trying to do, we do that shit live on air. That's why it's Tech Tuesday.
I get that, but there's differences.
No,
I got no
there's
problem
not.
doing. Okay.
There's no difference on it.
It does get frustrating though. I can understand that. I mean, it gets frustrating when I just realized that my YouTube is all barely catching up. It does get frustrating though, because then all of a sudden you fuck something up and then you can't get shit back and you start. Well, I know for me, I'm always panicking. I'm like, fuck, like I just did right now, changing scenes.
Well, that's why I pick and choose when I troubleshoot live.
Yeah,
like half of this stuff that I already had an idea of before going live. My idea is, okay, let me figure out this change and this change and this change so I can show people, whoever, or show y'all if nobody's watching, whatever. I can still show I did this, this, and this, and it didn't get me to where I want to be. But then the next time you see me, and my mind is like, okay, I did this, I downloaded this, and I switched to this plugin, and this worked.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I used to do too, just because I didn't want to. Because if something goes real wrong and then all of a sudden,
like earlier when I had no voice,
all of a sudden you can't talk, or Cremo's had that problem before. Unfortunately, because he's had to jump off. Do you have a micro center by you? No, I don't even know what that is.
I thought they closed all of them. I remember those.
There used to be one in Chandler, but I think that they closed
a long time ago.
A while ago.
So we got the two of us on top are from Arizona, and then Magic's on the bottom is not from, but he's living in California right now. So it depends on where you're from, but I've never seen one of those or heard of it actually. So
they used to do bulk refurbs from companies. So like for instance,
it wasn't all refurbs,
ASU. Oh, actually, I wonder if the one in Tempe's still open. That for ASU. Oh shit. Alexa, shut up. Alexa, stop. They do it. So if nobody knows what a micro center was, they do in Arizona they did bulk services when jobs changed out from Windows 95 to Windows 8 computers or whatever, they literally turned in all those laptops or desktops to the center, and then they bought new ones. Because a lot
but
of
it was also the
outdated.
equivalent of like Fry's Electronics.
Yeah, a little bit.
The ones back home were like Fry's, so you could go in there and buy.
Ones here or not?
Well, I
Because
know,
you could literally walk in there and be like, "Oh, there's a bunch of Dell, whatever models. Like there's 20 of them in a row, and then there's a bunch
they
of
bought out from a school,
HBs.
and they're
that they bought out from a school, and they all got school stickers on them. The cool thing about that is, well, what was back in the day is I had a Samsung phone. Well, shit, I just realized I've been had Samsung a while ago. I had a really good camera. We used to roll in there and just flip the monitors to see, because you had to look on the back sticker to see what was in it, like what size the hard drive was, what size the memory was.
Yeah.
But they were so secure that they put that sticker right next to the Windows licensing sticker. So you literally just go in, take a snapshot with your picture, and there's your Windows key. And so you
that was then.
Windows,
yeah, that was then.
And you had an ass load of keys that you could just change out whenever you needed to.
Take a snapshot with your picture.
Take a snapshot with your phone. Early adopter.
I heard it too. I just left it alone.
Look, man.
I was like, he's been talking in circles for so long.
That Paloma got to you already.
That Paloma was really good. Like,
what was your backup to your backup? You usually have those.
Does he? You want him to have another one?
I don't
We're gonna
know.
be staring at a chair in about 20 minutes.
I could go out to the garage and get it, but I'm not.
See, you want to?
I was trying to limit it because y'all were like, "Oh, you're drinking so many of them." Like, so I was like, "All right, I'll just."
Well, yeah, because you always had like 4 or 5. There was no
because there were all these little tiny little cans.
Yeah.
And so and if it's good, I'm gonna murder it. Like I'd murder that Paloma. I ain't got shit. So this nasty ass drink, and I got my Diet Pepsi and I got my water down there.
Just chug that second one. You'll be all right.
No.
Yeah.
Cremo only killed me once.
Oh,
You're still reading that.
What's it? I'll ink you up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
It was like 5 chats.
I haven't got a tat in a long ass time.
Neither have I, and I'm toying with some ideas for the next tat that I get, but it's all of the tats that I've had except for this one I've designed myself.
You have like never
2.
mind.
Exactly, I have 2.
All my tattoos.
Even the first one that I did, I kind of modified how that one was, but my other one I designed myself. But now I don't want to just get one just to get one. I want it.
Voodoo Ranger.
I'm gonna finish.
I want to have one that's significant enough. I just don't want to cover it because there's a lot of people I see that get tattoos that have them for years and years and years, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get it changed up." And with this melanin, we don't really have that option of the use of that kind of negative space to change over shit like that.
What?
Never mind. I'm waiting.
No, I heard you. I'm trying to understand what you're saying about changing over space.
Covering up.
So if you're white or light skinned, it's much easier to get a cover up that actually looks and conforms to what it's supposed to be versus if you're black or dark skinned, because then it's just darkness on darkness. Darkness, everybody. Darkness. So yeah, I'm holding off on my next tattoo. How hot are you guys in a heat wave over down there as well? In Phoenix and Tucson?
It was 106 earlier. I don't know what it is now, but my airs ran every like half hour.
I don't know what it was here earlier, but it was fucking hot.
Yeah, it was 104 at the house, and then news said it was like 103, but I don't fuck the news.
You don't fuck the news? That's good.
No, I said fuck news. I was gonna say if mama calls him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay. But because that's like in Phoenix. Phoenix will say like, hey, it's 101 today, but then I go to Infinity's house and the thermometer right there on the back patio says it's 110.
Yeah.
But the news is like 10. But the news is like it's only 103. No, it's not.
I don't know where they take that. Yeah.
His digital one over here says it's 112. The one out front says it's 109 because it's been in the shade for the last couple of hours. None of these say it's 103. It says it's 110. I'm going with 110. His mama calling Clay, I'm going to call him Clay. And I know you just tried to record that shit.
I didn't try to record it. I'm trying to understand it. The hell with recording.
Because today in the news, it was like, oh, Sacramento's under a heat dome. They can't just say it's a heat wave or anything. It's a heat dome. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's only up to 103 today. And back, it was a lot hotter than that. So I wouldn't know if it was a California thing or if it was affecting Arizona as well. Because I heard in passing something about the western states. I didn't know if it hit y'all. I don't know.
Western.
Okay.
I don't know.
Whatever. World's coming to an end. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, fuck. Whatever.
Anyway, I can't hear you.
Huh?
He didn't say anything.
It looked like he was talking or mouthing something, but
I said, fuck, I don't know. I was actually playing a sound while I said that, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I was looking for a sound and I couldn't fucking find it. So, yeah.
So one of the things I brought up before when I told Infinity is what is the distraction that all the bullshit news that we're seeing being fed about, like the Trump case and all that, and there was something else. Oh, Diddy. That's the distraction. What do you think the real news is?
Are you asking him or me or both?
Asking both of y'all. And don't be vague about it.
I got no reason to be vague. I mean,
don't be vague, be blunt.
Well, we already talked about Diddy somewhat. I don't know. It's actually Jay-Z. Diddy is just a pawn.
No, all of it is a pawn. Anything with entertainment.
Well, I was trying to answer it, news. But I'll wait.
No, because
What's not real news?
Because you're reverting back to what we just talked about, what we talked about last week. I said that the music industry with Diddy and everybody else is the distraction. Because none of their lives, none of anything that they do of consequence affects our lives. But it's shoved in our face.
It doesn't?
Yeah,
you don't think they have any influence over politics?
What about Diddy affects your life?
I first of all, I was given the background of how we got to where we were, and you also said what is the background, and I said it's a lot deeper than music or politics. But I mean, okay, so how would you like to look at that? There's so many different ways. Let's answer
the first question. The most recent one was no, because you're diverting the question. You said that doesn't affect my life. I said no, it doesn't. You said it doesn't. I said, what about the Diddy or music industry affects your life directly on a day-to-day basis with Diddy or Jay-Z?
The politicians that were involved in everything that's about to come to light, that affects your life. That affects all of our lives, no matter what your financial status is, your race, or any of that. That's going to affect it if it hasn't already.
Such as what?
Such as the articles you're going to see for the next president. What the fuck? No, I just heard someone at the front door. Sorry. As far as like who runs for what you see on articles. So let's go a little deeper. If you look at Elon Musk and how he owns X, right? A big portion of social media. Look at his stance on this whole Trump trial thing. And look at how vocal he is. Now, how many other CEOs of billion-dollar companies are saying anything about anything, regardless of their beliefs? You don't really hear that from Ford, GM, Intel, Amazon. Like most of the big players, Coca-Cola, like any of the big companies, you don't hear their, whatever they think, you don't hear that. They might have the same thoughts, but you don't really hear it.
But is that just because Elon Musk is kind of a renegade type character, or is that because...
In my opinion, no. It's because he's part of that colonization community. So if you go back further, his family owns emerald and mineral mines, right? So they came from South Africa. But you never hear him talked about as an African American. He's more African American than we are. He came from there, got educated out here, and then came down here, bought up everything. But that money came from diamond mines, from emeralds, from everything else that's in the land. They have been doing that for a long time, as is Trump, as an example. So Trump's dad was known for redlining, did everything possible to keep people segregated, which Biden did too. I'm not saying anybody's out of this. Biden didn't want his kids to go to school with black folks. Actually, anybody outside of white folks. They did not want people to go to school with integration.
You some bitch.
Literally. But I mean, that's what they did, right? So, but these people have the money and the power. So, okay, this court case might be one distraction, but anybody else that would have been in contempt of court 10, 11 times would have been in jail prior to the hearing. Regardless, but not him, because that's part of the family's recipe. Even this gun trial with freaking what's his name, Hunter, it's got a whole lot of holes in it, but he wouldn't do. If it was any of us in this podcast right now, we wouldn't be able to sit out here and talk about it. We would still be in holding, for lack of a better term, until it went further down the trial. So there's a lot of different things that could be hidden right now. Not to mention they're talking about changing the war in Gaza, which that shit's biblical times. Like literally post or pre-Bible. Or you want to talk about, the first black chick president in Mexico, which is, black chick. First Mexican female in Mexico, which is awesome. It's freaking beautiful. Too bad it took 243 years or whatever to happen, but it still happened. It hasn't happened here though. There's not been a female president here.
Yeah.
Land of the free, right?
Yeah, we just had the first female vice president a few years back.
Fuck that.
Vice.
They should have gone straight.
Not
Straight to the
president.
top.
Vice. That's what I'm saying.
I
So
mean,
there's a lot
who
of
you
different
gonna have as
distractions.
your-
Depends on what
who
you look
gonna
at.
have as your first female president? I mean, actually, well, technically, let me back up. We did have a female run for presidency a very long time ago.
And she
But-
should have went to jail, right? Look at the emails, lock her up, right?
No, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking
Who
about
you
the
talking
first
about?
black woman that ran for president. It was like the 60s and 70s.
Oh yeah, yeah. And she couldn't even vote for herself.
I don't know about that, but I know it didn't get passed. It was close, but she didn't win the nomination and never went back past that because we had wars and everything else. And basically,
We're always at war with
male
somebody.
chauvinistics took over at that point.
There's
good
money
old
in war,
80s days.
not for us, but there's money in war.
So what is the other? So what is the truth that we're being hidden from?
This is what I was gonna speak on that part, just because for me, I just think that it doesn't even matter what the fucking truth is, because we're not gonna know until it hits and affects us, and then everyone's gonna just be focused on whatever problems that brings upon everybody in their everyday life. No one's gonna give a shit about the fact that we were being distracted by this, that, or the other fucking thing. If it's that detrimental to the everyday life, no one's going to care. They're going to be focused on how to get back to where we were or how to get out of the state of bullshit that we're in. So who gives a shit what we're being distracted from? Because whatever it is and whenever we find out about it, it's going to be too fucking late. So that's kind of how those things work. Like, they're distracting us from this, that, and the other thing. And yeah, maybe now with social media and all the other shit that happens these days, people have these thoughts in their heads. People have these ideas that they put out there, and they're like, we're being distracted from this. We're being distracted from that. Well, what fucking difference does that make if you can't change it? And if you can't change it, you're not going to know what the fucking thing is that you're being distracted from until that shit affects us in our everyday life. And then you're going to be too distracted from whatever that bullshit you were talking about before, because now you're just trying to survive. So
some people are too ignorant to realize it when it does happen.
Yeah.
That's
when it's in the process of happening, when changes are being made. Yeah.
The change is done, and it's like, oh, it happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
shit.
I guess this conversation and Magic's questions actually speaks to those things, which is if we start bringing up these questions and we start talking about these things, maybe that'll bring some kind of light and turn on some lights in people's heads as to whether or not something's actually being hidden from us and might affect us down the road. And then maybe you get prepared a little better. But if you don't know what you're preparing for, how do you really prepare?
Well, some people have
here's
a blind
one of
eye
the
to
reasons
start
why I
with.
say this. And maybe it's the sci-fi in me or not. And I think it probably is, because I've seen many of times where this has been postulated and shown out. This whole synthetic food thing. Like, synthetic foods are now becoming a thing, and people are not being told that, hey, so like when you go to the grocery store, you have your regular Tyson chicken. Then you have your organic chicken that's usually marked up. And now they're putting synthetic chicken and synthetic beef.
The thing is, with that shit, though, it doesn't even fucking matter, because how many times are people getting duped at the store about organic chicken with no antibiotics and extra blah, 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 whatever the fuck you want to talk about it not having or whatever makes it better for you, but all that bullshit. No pesticides in this, none of this or that. How the fuck do you prove it, for one? And for two, how many times have we already heard that shit? What?
Oh, I was gonna say because of years of research.
Your research.
So here's the reason why. Hold on.
Are you really gonna find something at a grocery store and then fucking sit there and do everything possible to prove that it's not organic? Take all that fucking time.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. The organic aspect. So one of the biggest things that they're saying right now is that Alzheimer is, you have type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Alzheimer's being categorized as type 3 diabetes. One of the common things that these people have an effect. Diabetes mainly affects minority cultures. Minority cultures typically live in what are called food deserts, We'll go to McDonald's because it's cheaper than going to the grocery store to feed our family for the week.
Not anymore.
What do those foods have? Preservatives. When we do go to the grocery stores, there are these foods, and these synthetic and bonded foods have all these preservatives and added things. Enriched is what it's called. That's why I always wash rice. When my Chinese people or Asians that make real rice, wash it. It's to wash all the shit away. Plus, it doesn't make your rice as mushy. China. But those things they're now seeing that these demographics of people who've been eating this food because it's part of our culture from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, those years are saying, hey, you know what? All of you have these things in common. You are all obese, all diabetic, all have gout, all have these medical issues that are traced back to the same areas. And I'm not just saying it's black folks, it's literally black, Mexican, and natives. Those are the primary ones. And they all have those same primary upgrades. Now, 30, 40 years later, it's not our parents anymore or our grandparents. They laid the tracks. It's now you and I that are going to the doctors getting checked up, and they're saying, "Oh, well, you got Alzheimer's." But this is traced back to this chemical.
But what
that
you're
you've been
saying,
eating since you were
what you're
a
saying
child.
is proving the point that I'm trying to make, which is 30 to 40 years later, now we're going 2 generations down, and what the fuck has changed? And how long did it take you to understand and realize that that's what the fuck is happening? And tell me how many people, including in this room or people listening, don't eat these things because and don't eat these things because of this reason, because we've heard about this, seen this, been through this, our parents, our family members, blah, 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 blah. And how many people do you know that fucking talk down on, to make fun of, and talk shit about the people that do pay attention, the people that do say, I don't eat anything but raw, real vegetables that I grow in my garden, and everyone's like, that fool's crazy. Like, how do you not eat anything outside of your house? How do you know what I mean? So it's like, this is what I'm saying. That's proving my point completely.
I get what you're saying. It's you're saying it's almost like saying we're past the point of change. We're past the point of it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is it does matter because, and this is going to sound, Mike is going to hate me for this because we had an argument about something similar. It's not about you and I, because if we're already in that situation medically, yes, it is past us. But you can teach your children about it. And you both have kids. Yeah, and those kids may have kids, and Cremo's kids may have kids down the line. It is to bring a point. If you show people what's going on, yeah, it may be too late for us, but it's not too late for them.
But I'm not
like teaching your kid critical thinking. Hey,
I'm not in the game of showing and telling people about these fucking things when I can't even prove it 100%, like to the T. So,
I mean, there's not all things that you can.
Here's something y'all might find interesting. Remember the dude that did Super Size Me?
Yeah.
Remember that movie? You know he died last week?
Yep.
At 53,
heard about it.
I think. I want to say it was around 53.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to that, and I'll narrow it down because who wants to rattle on about shit forever? Basically, a lot of this shit is genetic. And what they talk about minorities, this, that, and a third. Well, the minority is only a minority in certain cases. Like if you look at certain things, we're not necessarily, we as in everybody in this cast right now, is not necessarily a minority. It just depends on, you can change numbers and everything to make it look how you want it to look. That's nothing. That's college 101. So, okay, we are saying organic, right? But who's the FDA paid by?
Oh,
right.
I wasn't saying organic. I was just saying.
Well, but I'm saying that's the biggest selling point, right? But that's the biggest selling point.
Yeah.
You see this green package with a little leaf and tree and whatever. It's organic, supposedly. But there's laws. You cannot inject a chicken with certain antibiotics.
Monster boobs.
I'm not saying we didn't get that. I'm just talking about. I got some boobs in there right now that look like it came up pterodactyl.
So is it
I had to cut them in half to cook them.
Or farmers? Farmers. it's Farmers, the brand.
Monocap
They have
directly?
monster boobs. Like these chickens had to be the size of a beach ball in order to get the chicken breasts that come out of this pack.
But they also couldn't even walk. So they
Right.
sit there in their own shit.
But that's not what I was talking about as far as organic. I was talking about synthetic foods. And just like what you just were bringing up, you have FDA is controlled by certain people. You have no control of what's being put in your food that's already live. You know, a human chicken is chicken, even though it's born with no legs,
You
no
say a
wings.
human chicken?
Or no, a chicken without a head and with no wings, because they were showing some of those.
Factory farm shit.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You have no
like Tyson
what goes into
Farms,
that.
and there's
Now,
like 3
let's-
farms that own everything.
Yeah.
Now let's take out the fact that it's a live animal, or what should be a live animal now, and now it's completely synthetic, and no real
Profit.
live animal at all,
Greed.
or lab grown meat instead.
You can print meat right now.
But my question though is, how the fuck do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Even though
Unless you get a chicken boob that looks like a pterodactyl titty, you're probably not going to realize it.
Yeah, I mean, but how
Regular
would you-
chicken boob ain't, but like, you know what I mean?
That's
no
why I
matter
was
what,
saying-
how would you know any goddamn way?
And that's why I was saying that should be more of a concern. What you just asked should be more of a concern than what the fuck P. Diddy did, or whether or not Trump is guilty of 134 charges or 132.
Oh my god,
and whether or not.
you're trying to connect the dots like that?
No, I'm saying exactly what you just said. I'm agreeing with you. How do you know? So 10 years from now, when you go to Safeway, or in your case, you order Safeway to go,
yeah.
How do you know what's put in your 3D printed steak? You don't.
No, exactly. But and just like Infinity said, it's generational, it's hereditary, blah 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 blah. All that shit, that's fine too. Everyone talks about. Okay, so people talk about how you bring up your kids, right? And so you see a kid that does something good, and they're like a great kid, they're thoughtful, they're insightful, they're courteous, they're kind, all that bullshit,
Upbringing.
right? You see a kid that's like that, and you're like, oh, they were brought up right. You know what I mean? And then you look at their dad, you look at their mom, you look at their past, you look at their fucking their track record and their history, and you're like, these motherfuckers, no. Listen, this human being made themselves what they wanted to be. You know what I mean? They learned from the world. They learned from their surroundings. And yes, there is such a thing as learned behavior, right? Because that's why some people that have shitty parents turn out to be good kids, good people. And there's some
vice
people
versa.
that have great parents that have shitty kids because that kid made a decision, made a choice, decided, I'm a fucking little spoiled brat. I don't even know it. And I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want and be a piece of shit because that's what happens. The person is the person on their own as themselves. Just because somebody goes and murders somebody doesn't mean that their parents were the worst people in the world. So with that being said, these people that are growing their food in their backyard, knowing and controlling everything about it and feeding that to their kids could be like, fuck this. My friends fucking go eat McDonald's, Jack in the Box, and Burger King, and I like that shit. And they gave me some. I like it, and that's what I want to do. Fuck my parents. I'll do what I got to do at home, and I'll eat what I got to eat there. But when I'm on my own, I'm going to do whatever I want because that was learned behavior that they got from their surroundings. You can't bring them up to change that. So the people are going to learn from what's happening in the mainstream media, in the mainstream of the public. They're going to learn and see and do what they want to do depending on their mind frame, their mindset, and everything like that. Yes, you can try to mold them in a way where they might know better. But I've seen my own kids do some dumb shit. And I'm just like, I did not fucking, the normal thing that parents say, I didn't bring you up that way. Well, guess what? That's because they have a fucking mind of their own and they make their own choices. Doesn't matter what happened in the background. They make their own choices. Fair. And those choices were bad.
What you just said, their own choices. You can give them a choice. But if you don't tell them about it, then they have no choice.
But what I'm saying is you can tell them all fucking day. You can tell them all
I agree.
day. They're going to make their own choice regardless.
I agree with you on that completely.
Unless you're fucking imprisoning them, not letting them leave the house and have their own life.
But the problem is,
then they turn out even worse.
When they get out and do their own thing, then they're going to fucking not know what to do and they're going to make all the wrong choices because they've never lived a life. They don't have anything to go off of.
But what I'm saying is, you're giving them a choice, but you cannot give them a choice if you don't know that the choice is there. If you didn't stop as a parent in your case, say, hey,
redundant as
run
fuck.
that back again. Did I miss
all
something?
right, well,
no, keep
No,
going.
no,
I'm just
I'm
saying,
curious.
I'm saying, okay. So if I got all the money in the world, I win the lottery, and I start making synthetic meat, and I say, you know what, the U.S. is overpopulated. I'm gonna start injecting something
Most
in
people
my
with
meat
a lot of
that's
money
gonna
are actually trying to
cool,
populate the world.
that's going to drop the population, make people infertile, give ED, whatever, to control population. Now, if I do that, and you're more, and I'd say, hey, I'm releasing this, I'm going to start doing this, and I put out a press release, and it gets buried in the news by, oh, P. Diddy isn't going to jail. He said, hold on. What I'm saying is, if it gets buried under a bunch of other bullshit, then you as a parent aren't going to know to tell your kid, hey, just be aware synthetic meat has these chemicals that are known to cause this action. You're going to eat whatever you decide to eat.
And they'll be like,
when you eat at my house,
for you to
we're
shut
eating...
the fuck up for 10 seconds?
No. I'm just telling you, that's what the kid would fucking say.
No, and I get you, because we did that. I did that as a kid. You know, I would go to McDonald's because my friends went to McDonald's instead of eating whatever my parents cooked at home, or mainly my mom, but regardless. But again, it's kind of like smoking. When I grew up, smoking was cool. All the cool people smoked. Yeah, it was cool. Then we learn, hey, smoking causes cancer. Yeah, but Uncle so-and-so, he still looked cool
cigarette commercials
rolling
with
down the
doctors
block.
in them.
And these people, you know, all these dudes are smoking. Now look at it. Now kids are like, no, nobody smokes like that. We vape instead. We'll vape instead. And now it's getting to we don't vape anymore at all. We do something else. But that's what I'm saying is, if you don't give them the choice, and you don't know that is a choice, that's an option, then you're just kind of setting yourself up for doom. And I understand that it may not affect us directly right now, but what I'm saying is making that shit aware of people in general.
Listen,
should be more of a news coverage than fucking.
I see what you're saying, but what you're saying is just a complete. You're just saying it to say it at this point, because what I just said was it doesn't motherfucking matter what you tell these kids. You can tell them all day till you're blue in the fucking face. If you give them the opportunity to go out and make their own decisions, they're gonna do just that. Make their own decisions. You can bring them up in the best way possible, but at some point in time, they're gonna fuck up, or they're gonna listen. The biggest influential thing that someone can have is a significant other. That's the biggest influence in their life that they can have. Not too many people will get into a serious relationship that they're involved with somebody that's not going to change views on something at one point in time. So this person says, dude, it's okay. You can eat McDonald's. Just don't go crazy. Don't eat that every day. And then you're going to go and eat McDonald's. Who gives a shit? Because they're like, yeah, you're right. You know what? I'm just fucking living. You know, you're Matthew McConaughey. Just live. Just
L-I-V-I-A, live.
L-I, yeah, exactly. But, you know, the thing is everyone's going to do what they're going to do. The mainstream media, social media, and culture has made these things popular, has made these things the norm. And regardless of what you think, say, or do, the motherfuckers are going to put in to our food whatever they want to put into our food. That's why there's such a thing as microplastics. Fucking MSG was a problem for a long time. Fucking preservatives, trans fat. What other things have we changed and said, oh, 0 calories? No. The calories are good. Now no trans fat. No. Trans fat's fine. Now it's no fucking whatever the next fucking thing is. It changes over and over and over again. Everything's going to evolve, everything's going to change, and everything's going to be seen and known as to be bad or good depending on the time that we're living in. And so your kids are going to fucking do what they're going to do. They're going to follow the mainstream of everything. No matter what, because no matter how much we decide and think and act like we don't do right now, you do the same shit that you're talking about everyone shouldn't be doing.
So let me ask you this then. Oh, that was weird. Would you rather hear about that? About the shit they're putting in your food? Whether you have control over it or not. Would you rather hear about that or hear about Paris Hilton doing a three-way?
It doesn't
with Katie?
matter because you're gonna listen to whatever you decide you're gonna listen to. You're connecting the dots on things.
No.
That
I'm
don't
not.
connect.
I didn't finish saying. Would you rather see that on your nightly news, or in your news feed, or in your newspaper, or an article of Paris Hilton and P. Diddy?
You know what I'd rather see? I'm not sure because I don't watch any of that bullshit. I don't look at any of that.
Okay. Well, Vinny has to go. He's got company apparently.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm still listening and I'm still broadcasting.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I feel like you're comparing. You're trying to make one thing into something that it's not. Yes, everything is a distraction.
Oh.
Everything is hello.
Hi, Amani.
Hi.
But I think you're just making it into something it's not. You were going down a path that could have been that could have been, good. But instead you turned it into something else and now it's just
because I never really got to finish saying fully explaining
but it takes
it
you
before
75 fucking hours to get there.
Okay, well then shit.
Just
I won't
get
give any opinion.
Well, hold on.
No, I'm not gonna land the plane. Fuck the plane.
Here we go, pity party.
That's all pity party. It's not gonna fuck it.
I don't have it on the boom. I'm using a different mic.
Anyway, it was the aspect of that. I still feel that. Well, maybe it's me. Maybe it's because I'm older. I just think that there's more important things in life than entertainment. Hell, I'd rather see us discuss why teachers don't get paid enough.
You're right. But what do you like to follow when it comes to things that you watch on TV, when it comes to things that are popular, when it comes to things that are trending on social media, all that shit? What is that called? That's called pop culture. Culture. It's the fucking culture of the world. That's why it's popular culture. So no matter what, that's going to influence the fuck out of people regardless. Sorry.
No, you're fine. My dog's trying to knock over everything. Here, I'm gonna tell her to say hi, and I'll be right back. Or if you can see her, but
she's a
woman.
Hi.
Hello. Are you drinking a beer?
No, it's Celsius.
Ooh. I heard those are bad for you.
Oh, well, it's good.
And this right there proves E's point.
Oh my god.
No, for real. Like that was a big thing on Celsius and their chemicals. Just like for a long time, taurine and Red Bull. They were like, "Oh, you shouldn't drink too many Red Bulls." Got taurine.
It was the same thing with Red Bull.
It's still Anything man-made is not good for you. There, just
taurine's from bull.
Yes, that's only
not anymore.
Right, and that's not all that's in it.
Yeah.
No, Celsius had
forever chemicals.
Literally,
no, that was Prime. I'm sorry, that was Prime.
Celsius, I'm sure, has got something in it. Like the list is this long.
You know what's weird? Both of the Paul brothers are sponsored or part owners of these companies that have massive issues right now with their drinks. Celsius
but they don't use them. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'll holler at you in a minute.
Jake Paul is sponsored by Celsius. He fucking promotes the shit out of that. Whether he uses it or not, I don't know. I can't prove that. But that is one of his sponsors, and he promotes the shit out of it. Prime is Logan Paul. He's part founder and owner of that company. I got the hiccups.
So I stumbled across another show on ESPN8, The Ocho.
Oh, shit.
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was on another app, streaming app. I've been trying to find streaming apps that have an interface that I could possibly teach my mom how to use to kill this $253 cable bill we have. And I came across a show by Mr. Beast. And I had heard of Mr. Beast because I was looking at getting one of those circle jugs where you put the flavored water in it.
Oh yeah.
And he had a promo code for it. But then he has a channel, not just a TV show. It's a channel. I guess he was one of the #1 YouTubers, but they were getting they were promoting
one of the #1 YouTubers. Mr. Beast is Mr. YouTube.
Okay, well, I didn't watch YouTube. I'm not an influencer like that, or influenced by people. I was gonna make that statement when you were on your little your speech, or I want to say tirade, but it wasn't because you had some good points. I was gonna tell you, I don't follow that shit. I don't follow influencers for that reason. If they're funny, I follow them, but I don't.
Right, but
I'm not influenced by them. 48.
You had to think about it.
I do. I've had to think about how old I am since I was like 32.
No, I get it.
After I hit 32, I quit
there you
counting.
go. You are not their target audience. Their
And
target
I get that.
audience are the people we're talking about that are coming up in life right now that are supposed to be taking the example that's set and running with it. And the example that's being set. Look at the TikTok influencers. Look at these old bitches. These old.
I want to punch them. I want to punch them.
That are like, my TikTok shop. You know what I mean? These dumb bitches and these dumb guys. Listen, there's a 40-year-old dude that has a fucking popular ass channel that's like, I'm 40 years old and I just learned this. No way.
I watched that dude. See, I follow that guy because it's
that
funny.
Guy's cool. And I like him too. I like watching his videos and shit. But this is what I'm saying. You get those people, and those people will follow the trends, follow the influencers and what they're influencing because that's what they do. They're ingrained in the social media world. You know what I mean? I've tried to keep myself out of that, but I've also jumped into it a little bit because I'm like trying to fucking grow my shit, but at the same time, I'm trying to keep my integrity.
Well, see, and that's the thing. That's what it is. So don't watch the movie or the series on Netflix called Dancing with the Devil.
I already did.
Or Dancing.
The TikTok
one?
right? I already watched it.
Is it a movie or it's multiple episodes.
Docu-series thing.
I'm almost done with episode 1, and I already am like, first of all, the one chick was hot, and then the other dude, I was like, wait, I've seen that dude in a video, and he was in Rise. A bunch of videos
TikTok
from back in the day.
7M.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I'm like,
but you're following some fucking weirdo. But here, listen, what is it?
It's not an issue of following. It's an
issue. What does it revolve around? Tell me what does it revolve around?
What the series?
Not
the
TikTok. No. What did they get pulled in by? Not TikTok. Not influencing. Cult. Not social media. What is it?
It's a cult.
Nope. It's a fucking religion. Religion is what pulled them in. That's what he says. He talks about God. He talks about the Bible. He talks about religion. Religion is a cult. So you are correct in that aspect. But that whole thing revolves. He talks about himself as being God, as being Jesus.
Hey man, spoiler alert! I just said I got 2 minutes left on episode 1.
It's okay because it's not a secret. That's what the fuck it's about. If you read the if you read the fucking intro to the whole thing, you'll understand real quick like that. That's what it's about.
No, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, Tiffany's right. This reverb button does not take away all the reverb. I see that, but maybe it's me. Maybe it's the generational aspect of I'm like I want to grab these kids and like my friend's dad, rest in peace, Mr. Henry. I want to grab them by the collar and just shake them. Like
just shake
stop,
the shit out of them.
Stop following people. Blaze your own path.
Right.
Do your own thing. Stop trying to influence other people. Make your own goddamn decision.
And
that's why I hate the word influencer. Oh, I'm an influencer.
Yeah. No, because they've been indoctrinated to think that they are blazing the path, that they are the ones that are the leaders in a trend. But a trend is nothing but sheep following something. And it's not the person that puts it out there. It's whatever catches on. It's its own entity. So when it comes down to it, and I don't mean to down on religion or anything like that, because, whatever, you believe in what you believe in. But the problem is that religion is the base to all of these things. The cults that start and happen is because people believe in the religion and the faith of things and don't understand that there's a why, there's a fork in the fucking road, and you're either going to go down the cult path or you're going to go down the faux cult path, which means you're still in a cult. It's just a faux cult because
or you're going to go down the middle
some
and be
bullshit.
Gen X and walk on your own path.
Some people, but you still believe in something. And when you're in fucking pain and you feel like you're going to die, you're still saying, please, God, help me. I'm telling you that right now. Everybody does it. Everybody. And that's what this is exactly what I'm talking about with hereditary, with how you were brought up, with generational, all that bullshit. Religion is the base of all of that, because no matter what, somebody said, God is this, God is that, Jesus this, Jesus that, and everyone believes that shit, whether you pretend to or not. In the end, that's not the evil, that's not this or that, but that's the fucking thing that everybody follows. And in the end, when you're on your bed thinking you're about to die, what do you say? God, please help me. Please, God, please don't let me die.
I think that's some people. I
think
disagree.
That's all people. I think at the very end of everything, you're still gonna say that. You're gonna think that. It's a fact. I'm not saying that I'm not going to. I'm not saying that I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying that's what is in everybody's mind and everybody's head. And if not, I mean, you can't even say that. I was going to say, if not, then you're probably pure evil, and that's what everybody thinks. But the thing, a lot of people base the bad things that they do because they say Jesus or God told them to.
I think it's more... I think it's more to it than that. I think that's a way deeper discussion.
It is.
That we would have to have possibly on a special show, but
I'm hearing that. I'm like, wait, what?
One of the things my dad said, I remember they were getting I guess my parents were having an argument. I just remember this. It was when my dad had been TDY for years at this point, and he came back, and him and my mom got an argument.
Where's he TDY at?
I don't know. And he said when people were getting shot in Vietnam, they always asked for their mom. And I was just like, I don't know. And I think she was saying, no, they asked for God. And I was like, I don't know. And you know, from a very young age, I had questions on things, and I didn't always get the answers for things. So I think what you're saying is, I think a part of it is that comes out on how we were raised and our environments and our family lives. And because I think some people are not gonna, when they're on their deathbed, they may be like, okay, what's next?
I mean,
because if that's the case, other religions were going to say
what they're going to say out loud only. I said what they're
going
to say.
I'm saying
they're think what they're going to feel.
Right, but there's other religions that don't believe in that.
But no, if you look at those other religions, it all encompasses God or Jesus of some sort.
Well, that then comes down to a whole different thing.
I was talking about religion in general, but yeah, like
right.
Yeah. So this is definitely a deeper conversation that we don't have enough time to get involved with because
unless we decide to go long.
No, because I have to.
I'm not.
And
every time I have, not today.
No, yeah, I have to pee because I drank 2 fucking hard teas and my, yeah. So anyway,
tiny bladder.
Here's the thing: we're at Tuesday, so on Thursday, don't forget to come back here on the Going Rounds YouTube channel and fucking watch my show, Going Rounds Podcast, where I will be talking about MMA and combat sports news. There's a lot of combat sports news right now because there's a lot of controversy happening with Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor for UFC 303. That's the next pay-per-view. They were supposed to have a press conference in Dublin, Ireland. It was supposed to be gigantic, huge, blah, 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 blah. And it got postponed, but probably just canceled. And now there's a whole bunch of stuff behind that I will talk about more in depth on Thursday during the Going Rounds podcast. And just so you guys know, I am going to do this one on my own this week because I have some things I want to focus on, and I'm just gonna focus on that. And with my technical difficulties, I need to just make sure that this one is, yeah. And I know that we're streaming here and stuff, but I have a lot of prep that I still have to do, and I just want to focus dead on. So no offense to anybody, I'm just gonna go solo on this week, and then next week when Tommy's back and can take this one back over, then whoever wants to jump back in, all good. But
he ain't fucking with none of y'all.
No. It's not that at all. It's just I appreciate everybody. So I just need to focus in on some things and hone in on it, and I have some things I'm gonna talk about, and I'm just gonna do that. So come and watch the Going Rounds podcast on Thursday, 7 p.m. Arizona time. Account for your time zone as it will be. And as for us here at the Technically Unsound podcast / pop-up podcast for the Going Rounds
videos,
we are done. So I appreciate everybody that was in here chatting it up in the chat. Cremo, Team Tenez, and anybody else that was watching. Thank you guys for the support.
directly.
We will be back.
I had to get one more in.
Yeah, we will be back with the Technically Unsound podcast live on that YouTube channel Sunday once again. And don't forget to watch Going Rounds on Thursday, where we talk about all the news for MMA.
What they think they
combat
want
sports.
you to think is the news.
Right. We out. Peace.
The controversy.